I thought about it. That one mud hole back there, that was really insane. I need to adjust this carburetor. One upside to the trails being like they are right now, you don't have to worry about spider webs. Also, the squeaking that you hear right now, it's probably just the steering. Usually all ATVs squeak when you get water in the steering column. Oh, I thought I saw a deer back there again. Alright, let's go out of four-wheel drive. There you go. Now I don't have to worry about getting muddy no more. Ah, donuts. Your four-wheel drive donuts. And I didn't smoke a belt. I don't think there's any deep parts in here. Over on this side. We can check it out though. I know there's a big hole here someplace. That would really suck if we just fell in a hole. So I gotta be careful right here because could potentially be a hole here. No, don't see one. There's the deep hole. There's another deep hole, another deep hole. Well, I don't think it's deep over here. That's kind of my thing though, thinking about it. I don't think it's that deep over here. Maybe if I had better tires, it wouldn't be quite as bad. Yeah, see, it doesn't seem to be that bad over here so far. Then again, if I get stuck in an area like this, I'm screwed. This isn't a bad little area though. Okay, I need to stop. I don't want to venture too far out here and get stuck because, again, there's no one out here to help pull me out. But I don't think it's too bad. I'll have to get like a better set of tires or something in order to go there, but hey, it's doable. Washing the floorboards out. Up. These little pricker things. Nice part about having gloves, you can get rid of those. See, now we can run through here, because we know it's not deep. Cleans up pretty nicely. Oh, see that? This is where it's ruined. Big hole. I'll swallow a machine in seconds. That's pretty deep too. Oh, that's pretty deep in there. That's where we were jumping in the first mud compilation. Or I went through that in both mud compilations, I think. I don't know. I don't remember. Wow, it's so soft I just drove right over the ruts. That's ridiculous. Alright, we'll switch out of four-wheel drive. I'm glad this winch works. I can like firmly say that this oh, string there, duh. The Quad Boss winch is not that bad so far. It's doing pretty good. We'll go back up and check to see how many people are here in a second. But let's dry it off pretty quickly. I will say one thing, this thing handles, yeah, I'd say it handles better than the Can-Am did, and it feels a lot, like, it feels a lot lighter in 2 and in 4-wheel drive. Less traction, but I'm pretty sure that's because of all the low-end torque that this Honda has, whereas the Can-Am doesn't really have a whole lot of low-end torque outside of low range. So when you're in high range, you got a lot more traction, but you do have less power. So I did manage to bog down high range several times. I will say the Can-Am does kind of have the Honda beat in terms of power, but the Honda has the Can-Am beat in terms of torque and how much power it can put down to the ground. And this thing's much better for towing because it doesn't have a bilt like the Can-Am did. The Can-Am was still funner to ride though, or more fun to ride, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's kind of weird how the Honda is easier to ride, but not as fun. No, I'm gonna get stuck in here. I'll bottom out right there. Not that hit frame. Yeah, the Honda isn't as fun to ride as the Can-Am solely because of the suspension. I thought this was a machine. It's freaking tart. Oh. Right, these downhill spots are really not that great. I don't want to go that way. That way's not good either. This spot over here is where I go down. It takes me a while to get used to the me knowing how much flexibility a machine has. It takes me a little while. I'd have to ride a machine for a while to know its true limits of, you know, what it takes to flip it over and stuff like that. This thing's pretty hard to tip over. And I don't think it's because it's wide, because it isn't that wide. I just think that it's lower to the ground. And having that low ground clearance gives it more stable. It just makes it more stable. I wanted to say stability, but my brain wasn't really having it. One thing that does suck on this thing, like, that is immediately apparent when you ride it, when you're going up hills, the approach angle on this thing sucks. Like, you can't hit 90 degrees like several other machines. That Can-Am did have the Honda here, because you could literally hit things that you couldn't even believe with that Can-Am. It didn't go up like vertical walls, but it sure did make you seem like it could. And you know, the Honda and the Can-Am are almost on the same scale in terms of four-wheel drive. Since the Can-Am doesn't have a locker. Well, I mean, it does. It has that Visco lock thing, but... And it engaged. Like, it engaged a couple times when I was playing with it, testing with it. It would engage. Like when I put the block under the one tire and spun it, it engaged, but... I don't want to go that way. It engaged, but the problem is that it only engages if the tires are going a certain speed. And I don't like that. Freaking big tree blocking the trail. The time I wish I had a saw, and I don't. Wonder if I can pull that out of the way. I doubt it, but I don't think we're getting over that. I gotta think here. I want to go that way. Well, we could just go around it. Maybe when I come back, if I think of a proper way to just tow that out of the way, then I will. Oh, all my lights are on. This has been a pretty good little Honda. But there is two problems with it. One, the suspension is way too stiff. I know this is a utility machine. I know you're not supposed to use it for sport, but let's be honest, you really want to use a Honda for sport because they're going to last and they're not going to break like everything else. And two, these right here, flimsy. Very flimsy. I mean, I'm glad they removed those on the new ones, but that is very flimsy.